Hi friends, it's Udaya from Backyard Garden Highlights, Hillsborough, New Jersey, Zone 6B. Hope you guys are doing great today. Today I'm planning to transplant a couple of spring and summer crops. I thought I would show you guys what are those plants and how I'm transplanting. And if you watched my previous video on root vegetable transplanting, I kind of did disaster. So some of my root vegetables may not make it through, but that's fine. So I sowed some of them in peat pellets. I never tried peat pellets before, so this is my first time. As soon as I sowed them, I got the seed germination very quickly than what was provided in the seed packet. So I'm super excited. The first one I have is organic tomato. I didn't really buy any seeds for tomatoes. I just used seeds from store-bought tomatoes, and all of them came through. I hope they'll make it, because last time also I used some organic tomatoes that I bought from stores and planted them, so they were producing tons of tomatoes. This time also I'm going to use the same thing. The next one I have is Asian eggplant. In India actually we use eggplant or brinjal in every curry that we make in a day-to-day life. So last time I couldn't get seeds for eggplant, so this time I was able to find the seeds in Johnny Seeds collection, and I was able to get them delivered on time. I actually used one seed per cell, and all of them actually germinated, so which is super cool. I didn't really expect them to be germinating 100%, so it was really awesome from Johnny Seeds. This is the variety called Caleb's F1 hybrid or something. I'll show you guys the seed packet. This needs 80 to 90 Fahrenheit for seed germination. Actually, we don't have that much temperature maintained in our home, and I didn't use any heat map actually. So what I did is actually I just kept peat pellet tray on top of my dishwasher. So every night it runs, so I think it produces good amount of heat, and that acted as a heat map looks like. And of course I used the dome, so it retains the moisture, and I was just trying it out whether I can germinate eggplant without using the heat map, but I think the dishwasher method worked really great, guys. So I'm planning on transplanting some of my eggplant seedlings on the ground, and some I am planning on transplanting too. But actually eggplants are tender, so they cannot really tolerate cold weather, and the seed packet also says that if you transplant them too early to the ground, it may weaken the plant. But again, I am not transplanting a ton of plants today, so I am planning on experimenting 3 or 4 on the ground and 1 or 2 in the pot. And again, I'll be direct sowing end of this spring, so that I get some strong plants also if these plants get weakened and they don't perform well. And of course, if the potted eggplant plant does very well end of the season, I may bring them indoor so that I can extend my harvesting time. Let's see. And the next one I have is cinnamon basil. So this one I'm just going to use this as a kind of ornamental plant in my flower bed, and this is the Asian eggplant from Johnny's, and you have all the details in the seed packet itself. And then I have cinnamon basil. Number of days to germinate is 5 to 10 days. Again, they germinated really very quickly. That's pretty much, guys, I'm planning on transplanting today. Let me take you through the garden and show you which raised bed I'm planning on using it today for all my transplant. These are the seedlings: cinnamon basil, eggplant, and then I have organic tomato. And the last one, radish. They have overgrown and too leggy. I don't know whether they are going to make it or not. Let me take you guys to the garden and show you where I'm planning on transplanting them. If you guys noticed, this is the raised bed I used for all my spring crop transplantation. So today also I'm planning on using radish here, and then I'm planning on using summer crops in this raised bed. Let me bring those plants and show you guys how I'm transplanting them. Basically, when you see the peat pellet in the bottom, you just need to peel this off before you transplant so that root can grow. So that's very simple, right? So you don't disturb any of the root for the plant. You just peel it off. Okay, let's go and transplant these radish first, and then we'll come back to this raised bed for transplanting the vegetables. These are the radish that I transplanted in my last video, and we have carrots here. Radish actually doesn't need this much space, so I'm thinking maybe I will insert in between these. So if you guys notice, this is overgrown. I'm pretty sure this is not going to make really great plant, but instead of throwing them, I can just give it a try. But I think transplanting using the peat pellet makes the life much easier, guys. So I'm thinking to use this going forward. You just peel the bottom and then just take a transplant. Isn't that cool? There I planted my sweet peas. I'm transplanting my tomato plants here. So eggplant needs to be given with at least 12 inches of spacing. As this peat pellet is biodegradable, you don't need to worry about it. I'm planning on transplanting all my tomatoes near to that trellis. Now I have planted all the seedlings, so let me go and water them. I'm thinking of planting basil in the raised bed garden there. So I'm transplanting cinnamon basils in this row. I think cinnamon smell may not be a favorite for these. I have already applied Biotone starter, so I'm just going to take 2 seedlings in one pot and try to grow that and see if I have to remove one from them. When they mature, when they grow a little more bigger, I'll try to see if I have to thin. I can just repot them. That's it for today. I hope you guys liked watching my video. I'll see you in the next video. Please subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends.